Another drag race, another attempt with the GT500. We've had trouble launching this car on this strip, as you've no doubt documented on our YouTube comments, but we're gonna give it a go and use this video to explain why. First off though, next to me is Alistair in the Tesla Model Y. Hi Alistair.
Hi Carlos. I don't remember any horrible comments about my driving in a GT500.
You blocked them all out?
So this time I'm in the Tesla, which in theory should be super easy. This is part of our Edmunds long-term test fleet. It's a Model Y performance, as we affectionately call it. It's a performance with the performance pack on it. All-wheel drive, fully electric. On paper at least, it shouldn't be a match for the GT500. But in the real world, especially when it's cold and windy like it is here at Willow Springs, I think it could be a bit closer than you might think.
Yeah, that's really the question, isn't it? This GT500 is also in our long-term test fleet. It costs about $80,000 as equipped. That Model Y performance was about $70,000. And though that Model Y doesn't have launch control, you just hit the go pedal and go, this does. But it also has 760 horsepower, which is certainly more than the Model Y, but half the number of drive wheels here. So the challenge is actually getting this car off the line on a street surface that hasn't been prepared. We know this car's faster, we've tested it, but actually getting those results in the real world is really difficult. And here we want to see what happens.
But before we get into racing, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps us create more films like this. And if you're looking to sell your car, head to edmunds.com/sellmycar and we can make you a cash offer for yours today. Great feature. On with the racing.
So the GT500 should win this race. If everything goes right, it will win this race. The problem is getting everything right. This is a very complicated car to launch, needlessly so. It isn't just putting 760 horsepower down through the wheels, it's the launch control. It works, but there's a delay from the time that you release the brake to the time that the vehicle actually starts moving. So when our guy counts down 3, 2, 1, go, I'm gonna have to leave basically on 1 in order for the car to leave on go. That's the problem. Once this car hooks up though, which is sometime in second gear, maybe third, it should absolutely reel in that Model Y. It's just up to me to make sure I release the brake pedal at the right point in the countdown, kind of like judging timing lights at a drag strip.
That's a muscle car. This is a family-orientated compact SUV. But we know from past experience that that Shelby is difficult to launch off the line, whereas this has all-wheel drive and oodles of electric motor thrust. Can I win? In theory, no. Will I win? Yeah, I might just.
Alistair, I'm gonna leave on the 1 of go.
Carlos, I have one thing to say to that.
Drivers, 3, 2, 1, go!
It's just not funny.
Can't hook.
Now you can all shout your YouTube comments to Carlos Lago.
I just couldn't hook up. I didn't hook up until like partway through third gear.
Yeah, I didn't really even build it up on with my left foot on the brake. I just kind of punched go like a golf cart, and it just went.
So the thing is, I actually got the timing on the launch right. I literally left it when he said 1, and I moved as he said go, but there was just no grip at all. So I might try that again, but actually try to pedal it a little bit just to make sure that it doesn't get caught up with all the electronics trying to manage traction. But God, that's embarrassing.
Are you using traction control?
I'm using launch control.
But dialing down the RPM?
Yeah, I've got launch control set to the lowest possible launch RPM, which is about 1200, and it's still no good.
Yeah, that's what I did last time, and that seems to be the best way. But I've just been handing out all your social handles for the commentary.
I give a shout out to any member of the GT500 community to come out to this surface and try to do it better in their car.
Do you know what? For how much you and I have been vilified for this, I think that would be a lot of fun. That's a video I'd like to make.
I also would like to encourage Ford to develop a more sophisticated launch control system that at least doesn't have a delay in it.
We'll bring the C8 Corvette and the Tesla and challenge all comers in their GT500s.
Right, for race 2, I'm just going to try to drive better. I got the timing right for launch control, but there was just too little traction through first, second, and most of third gear in order to actually make use of that 760 horsepower. Alistair, that must have felt good from your perspective.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even... Do you normally use your left foot on the brake pedal in this car, or do you just boot it? Yeah, I was just booting it. Yeah, I mean, it's great, but it's also kind of boring. You know? It's kind of boring. I was almost like checking my WhatsApp.
That's what the fart mode is for. Anyway, race 2, let's get on with it.
Drivers, we're gonna race in 3, 2, 1, go!
I think you got a better launch that time.
Come on, hook up, hook up!
Mr. Cameraman, Carlos.
Oh.
About 113 at the end. We haven't measured the quarter exactly, but...
This GT500 is hopeless off the line on a unprepped street surface.
Do you know what though? I think that's what makes the car so much fun on a racetrack. The fact that it's just so easy to slide around and has such a kind of surfeit of power over grip and traction. So it's a double-edged sword for me.
I basically was trying to pedal it through first gear and then too much power overwhelmed the tires. I probably should have short shifted. Here's the thing. We know intellectually this GT500 is significantly faster to the quarter mile, quicker to the quarter mile than that Model Y. But actually getting to do that, actually making that happen in the real world is so difficult to do that effectively that Model Y is faster. That's the real world, but what happens at the lab under ideal conditions at the Edmunds official test track? Well, with a good launch, the GT500 actually ties the Model Y performance to 60 miles an hour. The two literally posted the same results. But after that, the GT500's extreme power sets in, evident by a quarter mile elapsed time that's over half a second quicker and a trap speed that's 15 miles an hour higher. It did 130 in the quarter. That's insane. But now back to reality.
Those Brembo calipers look very cool when you're just driving along beside me though.
You know, I hear that even though your calipers say Tesla, they're actually supplied by Brembo.
Nobody actually makes a car, they just assemble it.
So here's the thing. We know the Model Y is faster in a drag race, but we got to do a roll race to show just how much more power this has than the Model Y.
So, as a betting man, my money is now all on the Ford.
I think I'm just going to do it in third gear.
I'm going to do it in first gear.
Also, top gear for you. We're going to get to about 30 miles an hour, nail the gas pedal, or in his case, the accelerator pedal as we cross the start line, and then see who wins. I suspect I should win.
Okay, 30 miles an hour.
760 horsepower, don't fail me now.
When we hit the cones, ready, and mash. Still got no traction.
It downshifted. Why did you downshift? Why did you downshift? Why did... Oh, it's so frustrating! It downshifted into second gear even though it knew there was no traction in second gear. As soon as I accelerated, oh, that's so frustrating.
I wonder if you left all the stability control and the traction on, whether it would do that.
That's just it, Alistair. It's all on.
Oh, that's a bit embarrassing then, really.
It's all on. All the stability control is on.
This is like supremely able to doing this sort of thing, but it's, you know, I don't see the joy of winning if you don't feel like a participant.
Well, I don't see the point of participating if there's no chance of winning. And that's the case with the GT500, it seems.
It's never the taking part that counts. It's just not. It's not, children. I'm sorry.
So the GT500, again, loses another drag race because, for reasons we've already shown, we're awful drivers.
Do you want me to have a go in the time that we've got left, just to demonstrate that it's the car?
There's certainly a risk there.
I don't think there's much of a risk, really.
Wearing my mask as to not get Alistair's cooties.
Feeling good, Carlos?
Yes, Yes, so this is either going to go one of two ways. One, you're going to prove I don't know how to drive a GT500, or two, you're going to prove neither of us know how to drive a GT500. We're risking a lot to gain a little.
Yeah, but I'm sure YouTube will go easy on us.
They always do. All right, let's do this.
Racers, we're going in 3, 2, 1, go!
No hands.
I kid you not, I was kind of looking down to make sure that I got it in drive for the first like half a second. It just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's that delay. For the record, I did 3/4 of that run without my hands on the steering wheel. This thing has autopilot, right?
You know, it's a strange thing because it is kind of fun, but at the same time it's also hugely frustrating. I guess the key thing is at least I feel like I'm driving. Oh yes. Carlos, I'm going to try something different. I'm not going to use launch control or anything. I'm just going to try and drive it off the line.
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
Drivers, we're going to race in 3, 2, 1, go!
Bye, Mustang.
Short shifter.
Bye.
That was better. That was actually better. And I really feel the power coming in. You know, that was marginally better. Just drive it off the line and then short shift.
Marginally better still means second place.
Yeah, I didn't avoid a ritual humiliation, but it is on this surface, maybe that's the way forward. Anyway, boys and girls, big lesson is here. This thing is an extremely difficult thing to get off the line. 760 horsepower, cold weather, dusty surface, rear wheel drive. Not the best combination when up against full EV, all-wheel drive, 2 motors, and Carlos Lago, obviously.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't forget bad drivers.
Awful, abysmal drivers.
Literally the worst in the industry.